Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. We woof again with the woofing. You've got some sort of predictability, predictiveness. You're predictable, so predictable, Wolfie. But that wasn't even where the door was. So I walked out the window of that hidey hole, but yeah, welcome back to Far Lands or Bust. Woof. Let's grab Wolfie, look at a spider, and continue east, west, west. Continue west towards the Far Lands as we've been doing for over 3 years. Anybody getting tired yet? No? Need to replace the soles of your shoes, perhaps? Good times indeed. Right, Wolfie? Right. So, let's keep on keeping on, and you guys continue. Oh, this is episode 345 of Far Lands or Bust, April 21st, 2014, Monday. I hope everybody had a good weekend, and you continued donating to Child's Play charity over the weekend. So it would seem, as we are now up to $1,328.16 raised for Child's Play charity this season. No particular goal of any description this season. Trying to keep a little bit of a mix up to that formula, I suppose you could say, that we would normally have a goal, and then when we reach the charity goal is when we do the flobathon and press F3 and happy times. But I feel like it really worked well that flobathon happened around the anniversary of Far Lands or Bust. When was the anniversary? March 9th? March 9th was when I uploaded the first episode. Was it March 6th? I get those numbers confused all the time because they're basically just upside down of each other. That's why a certain number is funny. Children's show. Shh. Talk about something else. Change the topic. And then we started walking on the 21st. I don't remember. Anyway, March. The whole March time frame is it. Ooh. Are you gonna go first, Wolfie? Whoa, almost. Woof. All right. Survived. Oh God. Oh, Wolfie. No. Just spawn over here. Spawn. Don't. Careful, Wolfie. Boop. All right, let's continue on. That's kind of what I've decided. So that's why there's no particular goal for the charity, but I do appreciate your continued support and generosity for that. And I figured since there's no particular goal, we can add additional charities to donate to, and we'll be doing that shortly. Indeed. For those of you who were around on Friday, you noticed that indeed the SpaceX Dragon capsule and the Falcon 9 did indeed launch right on schedule, and I watched that live. That was very cool, and it was not really a strange launch. I'll just swim over there. Not really a strange launch, but when the rockets fired, it must have been. It was like a rainy time. It was rainy times in Florida. It had been raining or something, and I think the flame trench was full of water and muddy water, because when the engines fired, this huge geyser of muddy water sprayed upwards, and the SpaceX rocket is white, and it was surprising. I'm like, uh-oh, something wrong happened. Like, it looked like smoke, but it was just muddy water and covered the sides of the rocket, but it lifted off and launched fine. And otherwise, everything went according to plan. It was very cool camera angles that they provide of the spacecraft separating, and it's very Kerbal Space Program-esque. And on Sunday, just yesterday, it actually was docked. Well, not docked. Terminology, docking. A spacecraft, as far as docking is concerned, is when that's what like the space shuttle or the Soyuz would dock, because they, under their own power, align themselves with the port and actually connect to themselves. The SpaceX is mated because the SpaceX parks next to the International Space Station, and then the astronauts aboard go out and grab it with the Canada arm and bring it into the port. So that is a mated, I suppose, spacecraft. What other does what other one? The Orbital Sciences one is also mated. And one of the other supply ships, the Japanese one, I forgot the name of the Japanese cargo ship. There haven't been that many of those. But regardless, docked, everything was fine. I'm still waiting for, and I wonder if there is footage of the first stage. I mentioned that the first stage, this was the first time it had the actual landing legs on the first stage. Didn't affect the launch at all, but they were going to test firing retrograde the first stage to re-enter and try to have a soft landing at sea, and maybe see if they could recover that first stage. And I thought that there were tracking aircraft and ships, and I figure they would have wanted, they sure enough knew the area it would come down in, and maybe there were, I would think there were cameras on that first stage to kind of capture that. That would be really cool. But basically, Elon Musk tweeted that yes, they had data for when when everything looked fine, like it slowed down and hit the water at a slow speed, and they kept getting telemetry data up to 8 seconds after it hit the water, because then it tipped over and went horizontal. So I suppose it goes kind of under the water a little bit, but I'm assuming it was floating and it has some sort of flotation device so that it could be recovered. But then he was saying that there were some choppy... Oh, Wolfie, where are you going to spawn? Oh, right there. There were some choppy seas, so the recovery ships were having problems reaching it. So I'm not sure. No further news. Still waiting on news as to whether or not that's going to be recovered. But that is very, very interesting. Ooh, surfing! Very interesting developments indeed. Accidental boat surfing. So yeah, that's something very cool that happened. Space-esque news, indeed. Boop, 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 boop. Whoop. Beep, 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 beep. Indeed. What are you looking at? Oh, just like a strange chasm over there. It is suspicious. Beep, 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 beep. So yeah, that would be kind of cool to see that. Hopefully they release footage of that. There's also, separately, no longer space news. Oh, I forgot to follow up on this. I'm falling behind on my notes. My podcast style presentation I'm trying to do here is by having news items and topics for which to discuss. But there was I played... Did I not jump? That was weird. I played Grid 2, somewhat famously, disappointingly. And there was that's Tuesday, that's right. Tuesday, there was some teaser trailer that the Codemasters site uploaded, and it used the Grid font and kind of, it has that kind of weird spray-painted logo that it has on the menu screen, and it just is some ridiculous hashtag racing is coming, and some announcement on Tuesday, and it's been less than a year since Grid 2 came out, so people are somewhat skeptical as to whether or not it's a new game or not. They did this previously at, was it for GDC or one of the earlier shows? They made, there's a Codemasters has another game, or a Colin McRae, a dirt type game, and it turned out to be a mobile game, like iOS game, which was kind of a letdown. So there was some teaser. Racing is coming on Tuesday. They're going to have some sort of announcement. I'm personally thinking that they're just porting Grid 2 to the next-gen consoles, to the Xbox One and your PlayStation 4s. That would make the most sense. Oh, that shovel's gone. Since, like I said, it's been less than a year even since Grid 2 came out. And reporting and upgrading your video games for the new consoles is all the rage. as Tomb Raider, the ultimate or the definitive or whatever, the high definition was released for the PlayStation and Xbox. Just the same exact game, pretty much with the PC graphics that they just released for full price for the next gen console. So that's my thinking. It would be interesting if they came out with like a new game just to see. You would hope that perhaps they're shaking in their boots in response to games like Assetto Corsa and Project Cars, these kind of hyper-realistic, almost simulators. But I don't think that's the direction they're going at all. So who knows? Who knows? We're playing Minecraft right now. So let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. There's a little, I should clean that off. You can't see it, but there's a little water spot on my monitor, and it's like the exact same size as the Minecraft stars, and I keep seeing it when the sun sets, and I'm like, why is that star not moving? It's not a star, it's just the fact that you have to clean your monitor. Oh, speaking, I have something to talk about. These are the best things to talk about. They just kind of hit you on the spot. Ow, my face, stop hitting me on the spot. Speaking of monitors, what do you do with old monitors? Question time. You all know I mentioned a while ago that Windows XP is expired or whatever. That's not the reason, but I'm going to be getting rid of my old computer from 2002. I got it when I first went away to college. It's an old Dell computer. Like I said, Windows XP, Pentium. Is it even a Pentium 2 processor? Maybe. I don't even think so. Gosh, I don't know. It still works. Over the years, I swapped out hard drives and graphics cards and maxed out the RAM. But at a certain point, it became pointless to continue upgrading it because the way Dell works is they don't use standard power supplies, so you can't upgrade the power supply to use a more powerful graphics card, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, it was for a while my entertainment system. It was connected to my computer, my TV, and then it got relegated to just kind of a thing that was sitting there, and I don't know why I've kept it so long. But I have a monitor, two monitors actually. I have my old 17-inch Dell Ultra Sharp that came with that computer, and then I have when I had a second monitor, it was a 15-inch. These are square monitors. These are the 4x3 monitors. These are before the time of widescreen monitors became mainstream. And I have, the two monitors are like the only things that actually work. The computer, I have formatted the hard drives. I'm going to take out the hard drives. I could probably put those in an external exclosures. External exclosures. External enclosures and make, backup drives or something out of them. They're not even SATA drives. They're the old ATA drives. So maybe that's pointless too. But, and my city has electronics recycling because you're not allowed to put electronics in regular recycling or in the trash. So I have an old DVD player. I've got an old printer. I recently replaced my printer with a black and white laser printer. It was cheaper to buy the laser printer than it was to buy the new ink for my inkjet printer. So I'm like, it's all right, suckers. Disposable printers. This is what we've come to in our society. So I've got to recycle that. I've got a whole bunch of old phones, flip phones and stuff that have just been collecting dust to recycle. But the monitors, they actually work, and it seems like a shame to recycle a monitor that I could use for something. I have two monitors here, two 24-inch widescreen monitors. And I'll probably, whenever I build a new computer, have to buy another one, and then I'll keep this computer to be my editing and rendering computer. I'll keep one monitor with that, and then have two monitors for the gaming. But I don't know what to do. I have two square, a 17 and a 15-inch monitor. I don't think there's anything I can do with them. I feel like that would just recycling them to get rid of clutter. Get rid of clutter, everybody. Declutterify your life. Simplify, man. I've always seen those websites and blog posts where people are like, live for a month with only 30 things. Like, total. Clothing, computers, accessories, shoes, you know, like 30 things total. I forgot what, there's like a term for that sort of thing. Really simplifying, downsizing, and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know. I got these monitors just... My office is a mess. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll just bring them to the recycling place. Because I'm sure they have... I think it'd be... Yeah, well, maybe they're worth more as the scrap metal and the little filaments of gold or whatever precious metals are inside the monitors themselves. But, yeah, that's just something that hit me. I'm like, those monitors still kind of work. I don't, you know... Everybody I know, you know, nobody's going to want... You know, I'm not going to... Do you need an extra monitor? Oh, it's a 15-inch square one? No, I don't need that, thanks. Do I need wool? I'll use the shears for some wool. Oh, I didn't realize that island was supported by a single block. It's a very strong leverage that thing has. And those are chickens. Whoa, watch it, Wolfie. Careful, careful. So yeah, what do you do with old monitors? You see the crazy DIY projects. You know, you could take it out of its bezel and kind of like, careful, Wolfie, mount it, careful, Wolfie, underneath your kitchen cabinets to have some sort of TV in your kitchen, and like even that is like, nah, I've got a laptop, that I can do whatever if I need to have a TV or entertainment in my kitchen. And who spends so much time in the kitchen that they get bored and must be entertained? But yeah, the monitors are just the only thing. What else is like? I'm having a problem not jumping. I have a vertical issue. So yeah, that's kind of a weird thing. Over the weekend, I was cleaning stuff out. As you do, it was like a nice spring cleaning. We actually got into the 70s, although I won't rule out the possibility that we'll get snow again. Like, yeah, on Monday we got snow, and yesterday it was 75 degrees. Fahrenheit, obviously. What is that? That's got to be about 30 centigrade Celsius. So, anyway... Let me get to some questions. When you donate, you can leave a comment and include a question there, and perhaps you want to leave your username or your nickname or something, because by default, when you donate to Child's Play Charity through the Child's Play Charity widget, all donations are anonymous. So if you do want me to give a little this question by this person, then leave the name, otherwise I won't know. Speaking of which, this one came through anonymously. Perhaps you can tell us how Good found you and invited you to Mindcrack. I've told this story many a time before, and, basically I reached out to him, and not to join Mindcrack, but for the first Flobathon, which was... Oh, that's awesome. That's a cool... Oh, I love how that... Ooh! Hello, nurse! The landscape is pretty epic over here. Let's chop down the wonderful landscape. Oh, I will finish the job with my knuckles. Oh, okay, one more time. Knucklewood. Oh, damn. Woof. Cool. I like how it's like carved out like a glacier came through here. It is like, what is, I've never been there, but Yosemite, what is that called? There's a name, the basin, the something or other, I don't know. But I like this river, how it goes back and forth and meanders, and then it seemingly just goes down into a pit in the ground. Although we can imagine that there's some sort of underground thing that lets the water go out to sea. Geology, everybody. Geology. Wolfie? There you are. Alright, don't get sucked into the geology, Wolfie. Neato. Whoops, I did not mean to write it, but here we are. Doesn't appear to be too much neato on that side. I'm gonna go through the middle here, because there seems to be cool stuff. Reminds me of Combat Canyon. But how Good found me. Sorry. Got really distracted here. I contacted. I had been watching. I was a fan of, I believe, Co-Star, and then he did the Race for Wool thing with Avidia, and then B-Dubs and Good. And through that, I found their legendary series that they did, B-Dubs and Good, Double OG, and I thought that was the most hilarious thing ever. So I think I gave them early on a shout out or something like that. On my channel, whoops, as I used to do those sort of things, and you know, that was kind of the way. Instead of like sending them a message being like, "Hey, can we play games together and be friends?" It was kind of like, "I'll give you a shout out, send you some of my fans, and then we'll learn about each other." So yeah, from that, then BOO, I invited BOO and Good to be on the. Why did I decide to make a bed? A little bit too early. Oh, because I wanted to be in the middle of the chasm. So yeah, I invited them to be to Flobathon, and they were there, along with Ko and a bunch of the other guys I invited, and that's where I met them, and that was... when was that? That was November. Or was it September? Might have been September. No, it was November. No. Who knows? Sometime around then, and I think it was around December then that Good... They had just started a few months before the next season, season 3 of Mindcrack, and he's like, "You want to be on the Mindcrack server?" And I'm like, I kind of hesitated at first. I'm like, well, I'm not really a builder. I don't know how much I can do compared to you guys. And he's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." I'm like, all right. And then pretty much right away is when they also started Ultra Hardcore. I pretty much joined the server, and then we had season 3 of Ultra Hardcore, which was an epic, a monumental, epic happenstance. Right, Wolfie? Right. All right, let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. And ow, my legsness. Oh, Wolfie's a little bit low. Let us resolve that. Whoop, hi. No. God dang it. You gotta hold still so I don't accidentally eat this. Hey, you. Yeah. Boop. So yeah, that's how I joined the Mindcrack server. And you know, there really wasn't much to it. It was very, at that time, everybody was still kind of small channels, I suppose you could say. Less than 100,000 subscribers. Most of us less than 50,000 subscribers. And, it was just kind of, oh, you want to be part of the server? Okay. And then later on, about that time, Anders and Milby, Pause joined just before me as well. So yeah, it was a renaissance of the Mindcrack server, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's how I joined the server. Really, no major things, and I've been trying to be a little bit more active on the current map. Oh. Ha! Oh, that was almost deadly. But we must, oh, dang it. Get out! Be gone! Oh, dang it. Alright, where is my water? This was poorly constructed. Whee! Woof. Yeah, you just stay down here, Wolfie. Oh my god! What the heck, Wolfie? You just fell from the skies. It's a meteor. Space dog. Oh man, what the heck? He must have just spawned in the sky or jumped off the tree, maybe? Who knows? That was weird. Oh, that was surprising. Surprising at best. All right. Continuing, like I said, on. Let's see. A question from a donor, Ryan H, asked, "Have you ever been recognized? You better recognize." By other Farlanders when just walking around doing your own thing? Funny you should ask at this time, because recently it happened for the first time. Previously, again, way back in July of 2011, just after I'd started Far Lands or Bust in my channel. I went to the NASA tweet up for watching the Juno spacecraft launch, and afterwards spent a day at Kennedy Space Center, the Visitors Center, and somebody there recognized me from my voice. But again, like I said, I had less than 10,000 subscribers. I don't even think I was a partner yet. I wasn't making any money from my videos. And he just recognized me from my voice and from the fact that I was talking about it in Far Lands or Bust. I guess he was expecting... He lived there, and he was there for the launch as well. And that was kind of weird. But no, he was cool about it. And but yeah, that was the first sort of time, I suppose. Like I said, I wasn't really doing my own thing at that time because I said I would be at Kennedy Space Center. But a couple weekends ago, in one of the rare times I leave the abode, and I was actually at a coffee shop, somebody who was working there recognized me. Didn't take my order. I think it was one who fulfilled my order, and I'm not going to say your name or anything. He says he's not really active. He doesn't post... Skeletonus doesn't post to YouTube or have a Twitter or anything like that. But I suppose because when you order a coffee, you give your name, so they tell you, you know, Kurt, okay, and maybe that kind of tipped him off. Kurt isn't that familiar of a name. It's a normal name, but it's not, as far as rarity goes, it's not John or Steve or anything like that. So maybe that tipped it off, and maybe the voice, but yeah, met a Farlander working there. It was very, very nice to meet. He was, you know, it wasn't like creepy or anything. Didn't like obstruct what I was doing. You know, if I'm talking to somebody or eating or something like that, I suppose, or you know, that could be a little bit intrusive. But otherwise, no. I kind of came up and just asked a few questions, blah 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 blah, and whatnot, and indeed, and etc., and met a random Farlander out on the town. I know I shouldn't be going south here, but this landscape intrigues me. Oh, there's a cool place over there. Yeah, this whole rockiness is kind of continuing over here, which is neat. Screw you, north side of the map. You're plain and boring. So yeah, that was the only 2 specific incidents that I could say ever, which was still an unusual experience, because I don't particularly, I'm not out to be famous or be recognized or whatever, but interesting experience indeed, and thanks for that question. Similarly, an anonymous donor asked, what is the biggest celebrity you've met or gotten to hang out with? Not that many, to be honest. I don't really go to places where celebrities exist. I've never been to LA or on any movie sets or anything like that. I go to... I go to, every once in a while, comedy shows, and, you know, met people I saw... before he got really popular, Gabriel Iglesias a couple times, and the place I was at, if you hang out, I knew a person who was a bartender there, and you get to hang out. Oh, hi, Creeper, how are you? Gotta go. Hi. Oh gosh, this is it's a daring escape from this Creeper. Dun, 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 dun. Oh god. All right, I'm trying to find kind of a safe way down. I don't want to panic. All right, I'm panicking. All right, this way looks good. Are we safe, Wolfie? Do we have the all clear? Yes, we do. You have been left behind, sir. Or madam. I don't know how to identify you. But yeah, I mean, that is the only thing. Actually, last month, I didn't meet him or anything like that, but I saw Jim Gaffigan was in town, so I saw Jim Gaffigan. Very funny, and he made a joke. He talks a lot about food. You know, he does the Hot Pockets thing. Much more funny than that voice crack was, but he does the Hot Pockets joke and makes a lot of jokes about food and stuff. And he went on to talk about, he's like, oh, anybody out there gluten-free? And like me and a few other people like applauded, like, woo, like you do. And he's like, you're all communists. And I'm like, oh, I should shut up now. But he was making the joke about how America the Beautiful or something like that is. And what's the verse? And something waves of fields of grain or something like that, talking about wheat, the wheat fields, and wheat containing gluten. We can't eat gluten. He associated that with, you know, not being American and being a communist with gluten. He kind of was going on about, you know, the different diet fads and kale and what the heck is kale? Why is everybody drinking kale and kale juice or smoothies and funny stuff. He's on tour now, so I suppose you have to check his schedule to see if he's coming to a town near you. Jim Gaffigan's pretty funny, but no, I've never actually, like, met a celebrity a couple times. I've been to races, NASCAR races, and if you get the behind, the kind of the sponsor behind the scenes sponsorship tent kind of thing, and like Kevin Harvick was out there, but I don't like meet these people. They're just kind of there. I'm like, oh, they do like a Q&A thing. But yeah, I don't think I've ever really met anybody famous. So, no. I really, you know, it's not, I mean, I guess, oh yeah, Bill Nye the Science Guy was at the Juneau NASA tweet up. I met Charlie Bolden, who's the current administrator of NASA, and he was a space shuttle astronaut for a few space shuttle missions. He was on the mission that launched the Hubble and a couple of the servicing missions. So I mean, to me, those people are famous, I guess, technically in a roundabout way, I guess. But no, I can't say otherwise. I have instances of being in the presence of fame. Like, not even like politicians or anything. Oh, whoa, that was weird. I got in and out of the boat really quick. Change my mind, back in, get back in. Oh, it's pretty funny. So yeah. Woof. Have you ever met anybody famous, Wolfie? Lassie or Grumpy Cat? Maru, maybe? I don't know. I'm trying to think of famous animals. Oh, alright, get up there. Alright, let's make the end of the episode hidey hole. Oh, I don't have a shovel. Shovel. Alright, let's make it, say, yeah, over here. Indeed. So, yes, hopefully I was making enough sense. Not anymore. Making enough sense in this episode. A little bit scatterbrained. Everything from what do I do with old computer monitors to famous people and coffee shop encounters. Ooh, I should make a shovel. I already got a pick. I suppose that's fine. But oh, I know. Ooh, it's natural. I hope those... Yep, they'll despawn. All right, so much for that. Screw you, natural doorway. This must have been before they coded it so that user-made, user-placed leaves don't despawn. Oh, they despawn now. They do despawn. Or despawn. Despawn. It's French. So yeah, anyway, this has been episode 345 of Far Lands or Bust. Thank you very much for watching. Click that like button, subscribe, whatnot. What am I gonna do? I gotta place down the workbench, make a couple beds. Beep, 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 beep. Hope everybody, like I said, had a good weekend, if it was a holiday for you or whatnot. Perhaps maybe it was a long weekend and you have today off. You lucky son of a gun. Boop. And yeah, I think we're all set. We are all... Oh no, I should have... Let me make a shovel and a axe. Oops, that's not how you do that. That And that. There we go. All right, now we're all set for the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time.